How do I honor my Hindu family while still following Jesus? If you're the first Christian in your family, you got to watch this. In Exodus 20:12, honor your father and your mother so that you may live long in the land that your Lord your God gave you. Ephesians 6:1-2, children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother. And Luke chapter 14:26, Jesus says we must love him more than even our own parents, not to disrespect them, but to put God first. Now that was a paraphrase, but the point of all of this is that the Bible calls us to honor our parents, not to worship them. All right? Our parents are not God. Following Jesus doesn't cancel honoring them, but it transforms how we honor our parents. And it's very common when you come from Hinduism or when you come from India that all your parents want you to do is to worship them, right? Put them above God. But that's not what the Bible calls us to do. It is to first put God above our family. And that's really hard. And it was hard for me. So what does it mean to honor your family, okay, now that you're a Christian? Well, number one is to speak respectfully even when you disagree with your parents, right? That sounds like common sense. But you would be surprised how many Christians still yell at their family members, right? How many people still get angry at their parents and show that anger. Number two, care for them emotionally, physically, and financially when they need it. Okay, there's always boundaries that we need to have with our parents, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Number three, keep your promises. Are you the type of Christian who tells them you're going to do something but never really does it? Keep your promises with your parents because you're an ambassador of Jesus Christ. The more you act like Christ, the more they see that in you, and the more they will be able to receive the gospel message because they'll be like, okay, so this message is really changing my son or my daughter. Number four, listen and show empathy. Don't mock your parents' faith, even if you disagree with it. Understand that they believe in something completely different, and it's heartbreaking, but that's okay, okay? Love them either way. Number five, share your faith humbly, not with pride or superiority, right? Saying, oh, my faith is better. Oh, this is better. Why are you acting like that? How does that represent Jesus? How does that represent God to anybody? It just shows that you're a prideful person and you could look like a Pharisee instead of looking like Jesus. Okay? So this is what honor doesn't mean, my friends. It doesn't mean you follow them into idolatry, okay, or compromise your faith to anybody. That's not what it means. Number two, it doesn't mean you must agree with everything that your parents say. That's very important. Your parents might say, doing pujas is how you worship God. But the Bible's very clear. God doesn't want us to continuously offer sacrifices. He would rather have us have obedience. And that verse is right here. Last point is it doesn't mean to honor your family doesn't mean you need to hide your love for Jesus to avoid conflict with your family. It is important for you to share the gospel with your family so that they may understand the gospel and they may know that Jesus Christ is Lord and that he's coming back and that he loves them so much. So make sure that you're not trying to avoid conflict by just hiding the gospel from them. But before you share the gospel with them, there's 3 questions you do have to ask yourself. Number 1, am I trying to win arguments or show love? That's very important. Are you trying to show love to your family or not? Number 2, have I prayed for wisdom in balancing honor and obedience? This is very important. Just pray that prayer. God says, I give wisdom freely, all right, to all that ask. So just ask God for wisdom. Number 3, does my tone and attitude reflect Jesus even when I disagree with them? Okay, you're going to disagree with your parents, but do you have a good attitude? Do you have a good tone? Are you mocking them, right? Be very honest and authentic with your family members. And the last point I'm going to tell you is having boundaries with your family members. Your family members love you, but come on, we're in an Indian culture, right? Where there's like no boundaries between what's mine and what's yours because we share everything. But that's the thing. When you are a faithful follower of Jesus, you are held accountable to God by the decisions that you make, whether it's financial, whether it's emotional, who you spend time with. So that means if your parents are forcing you to, make that big house purchase or do certain things, right? Go to that college that's super expensive, but so it doesn't make any financial sense. Your parents are not the ones in trouble. You are. You're the one who's going to be held accountable before God. God's going to ask you, why did you make that decision? And then you can't just say, oh, I was just afraid because I wanted my parents' approval. Like, is that what you want to say? How do you want to present yourself before the Lord? That's what you should ask yourself. So create boundaries with your family, especially in your finances. Okay, if your family is struggling with rent or food, your responsibility is to provide. Go get a job, work, provide for your family. Because Paul writes, if someone does not provide for their own family, they are worse than an unbeliever. Emotionally, which means, if they're yelling at you, cussing at you, or anything like that, that's not allowed. You have to tell them, hey, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to spend time with you. That's not right. Okay? Financially, if the money that you give them, if they're spending it on gambling, addictions, or whatever, you say no to that. Okay? Number 3 is physically. If they're physically beating you, if they're physically hurting you, you create that boundary. You get out of the house. You go to a safe house, whatever it takes, okay? You need to have boundaries with your families. I get it. In the Indian culture, everything is shared. But in the kingdom culture, we are held accountable to the Lord. So I pray that when you are presented and you are standing before God, you can say, Lord, I did everything for your glory. This has helped you. Please share this with somebody, and as well as please continue to honor your family members and share the love of Jesus Christ in your family. Because one day, you never know when God opens up their eyes so they can see and they accept Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. God bless you, my brothers and sisters.